I've been slowly working on getting my patio put together. So when Addlon asked me if they could send me a fan to try out, I was super excited because I would love one. This is an indoor-outdoor fan. So let's see what comes in the box. Right on top, we have a quick start guide. And honestly, this is probably the thickest instruction packet I've ever seen, which honestly, these are actual pictures of the fan itself. This is not just like drawn pictures. They've actually taken pictures of the fan. It's maybe the most in-depth like installation packet I have ever seen. So that should make installing this nice and easy, which really appreciate that. I've done a couple fans, but they're all slightly different. We have one of the down rods, so I think there's supposed to be 2 different lengths in this one. And then let's see what we got here. And then you've got all your other fan parts in here. So we have the blades all packed together, and they do have some padding in between, so those should be good and not scratched up. I did get the one that has, it's all wood blades, and these are not super heavy, which I like because that'll make it easier to install. I've done a couple of these that the blades were really heavy, and that makes it so hard to install when you have to hold everything up until you get it like all screwed and wired in, right? But I love the color of that. We've got the smaller down rods, so if you don't need it to go as far. I do have a pitch on my patio roof, so I'm gonna have to see if this is long enough or if I have to do the longer one. We've got a cover that goes up against the roof that makes everything nice and clean looking. And then it looks like the actual motor itself has additional packing to keep everything safe in shipping. This is going to be your heaviest part. It's not horrible, but I mean, it is the motor. It's got a little bit of weight. I'm going to put it back in so it doesn't get damaged at all. And then it looks like, so there's a blade balancing kit. I love it when we have those. The screws for the wood, which these are kind of a antiqued brass. That's probably what I would think, which I think is very pretty. They're not like some like weird silver or chromey something that would not go with the style of this. So I like that they're keeping the style. We've got all of our installation hardware in here. A couple more cover pieces to keep everything clean and looking nice. What do we got here? This looks like, so there's extra packing on this. And then this is your light. So it is just a very plain, nothing fancy light, which exactly what I need on a patio. I need just some pretty light. I want the fan itself to have the right look because at some point I will be putting some string lights out there. But it'll be nice to have like one solid light source. So let's put that back too so it stays safe until we're installed. And then it looks like we've got remote. What we got here? So yes, we've got the remote wrapped on its own, batteries, some hardware, and then so this is the controller that goes in the fan, which is interesting. I've never gotten one where the controller is separate. It's usually already installed in the fan box. So maybe that's part of the reason we have such an in-depth installation packet. So things like this make sure are installed correctly. So that is everything that comes in the box for this fan. Let's go get it installed. So this was a very standard fan setup, nothing too crazy or complicated. The one thing we did learn the hard way was that you have to install the controller box for the remote control for this, and you need to make sure that the flat part is on the top and the curved edges are down on the bottom, or the cover part will not fit. So learn from my mistake, make sure you install that the right way the first time, or you have to go through and rewire the whole thing. But everything else was very easy to install, and the light and everything works great. It got super hot right after we installed this, so we have been absolutely loving having a fan outside to help keep us cool when we need to do stuff. There are 6 levels to the fan. The light has different warmth and it is dimmable, and we have really, really loved this.